Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the YouTube Business Academy podcast. My name is George. I'm joined by my co-host Ron, and today is the episode 17 of our journey to 30,000 euros a month with YouTube automation. And guess what? We are climbing the ladder. We are getting closer. In this episode today, we're going to be talking about how much is the channels or our channels are making right now. And I can tell you right away, the revenue is growing. And oh, baby, it's growing so nice. We love it. Search is the best thing that happened in the last 20 years of the internet. Also, we're going to touch upon a very, very exciting announcement. It's not an announcement really, but we're going to give you a little tease of what's to come. Some all-time highs. Oops, I didn't say that. Invalid traffic. We're going to touch upon that. Is it fixed? Is it not? I don't know. Let's find out. And then we also have this one very interesting question that I'm not going to reveal because I want you to stay and listen and watch this episode. So with that in mind, hello, my dear friend. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our conversation with my dear friend, Ron. Ron, how are you?
Let's go again. I must say, great intro. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm doing great. I'm back home, not anymore in Finland. We had a great time, by the way, but I already told you that, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm feeling good. Everything is growing with the channels I have. I hit some new all-time highs as well for the daily revenue, but also like the total amount of views.
Yeah.
I know you and probably our viewers like to hear some numbers, so I'll give some numbers
We
as a
love
reference.
numbers.
Like last month, the one of the channels was around $1,300 each single month. This month it will be around $2,100 of like both channels combined. That's what I mean. But that's a growth of like $800 in a single month, and that really shows the exponential growth. If you have like I have around 3,000 videos. If a couple of those videos rank, if a couple of those videos will have a higher RPM, it really adds up quick.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to know more about this, we had a podcast with Marcel as well, and he was growing $1,000 each single month because that's basically how the whole search system or the whole model works. You have so many videos, and it can take some time to rank. And when they rank, you will make bank. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So.
And another important thing as well that basically what I try to think always is the videos you do today are going to show their results in a month, in 2 months, maybe even
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah, 100%. And especially like if you're a new channel, you need to build up a little bit authority. Like it's a little bit more difficult to rank in my experience. So once you've built up the authority, you get some volume in terms of views. YouTube will see your channel also as like a higher quality, and some videos will rank better. That's at least in my experience. So I hit an all-time high on the main channel of around $78.
Let's
So
go.
slowly climbing towards the $100 days, and I think that can be achievable within at least 1.5 months, something like that. But what the growth, like the main thing of my channel really is like it's been really stable between 65 and 75 or $80. So it's not dropping from like 75 to 40 anymore.
Yeah.
And same for the views in the weekend. Somehow my views are like only dropping with 1,000 in the weekend. Well, normally it would drop around 3 to 4,000 even. Yeah, and I'm not sure what caused this. I think better topic research maybe caused this. I don't know. I haven't changed much. But yeah, the channel is getting really stable, so I really like that. And the new channel just hit $16 days. Last 28 days, the channel is sitting at $310. Or that's the last 28 days, and that's in about 5 to 6 weeks since I started the channel. So almost combined with both channels, I'm already at a $100 day. So yeah, pretty amazing news. And it doesn't stop here. Yesterday I also hit like an hourly all-time high in terms of views, and I got like 1,200 views in 1 hour. So
Whoa.
it's growing nicely so far.
That's a lot, man. Yo, I love to hear the numbers, by the way. And I think it's like motivating for a lot of people because they can literally just track our journey over the last, 16 episodes that we've done here. And like, you can go through the very beginning of this podcast and like, you can really see, the journey and we've been documenting. And that's one of the motives that I love in life. It's like, one of the reasons initially, like one of the first ones I started YouTube, was to document my journey. And like, it's so cool sometimes just to go back and see, the things that I've done before. So, but talking about all-time highs and you approaching the $100 mark on one single channel, I think that's a very big milestone, at least in
Yeah.
my head. And reaching that day when you're finally gonna hit that $100 day, most likely you're not gonna feel any different. Well, that's pretty
No, of course
guaranteed.
not. Of course not.
But psychologically, I think that's a very big milestone. In terms of me, if to share with you a little bit of my data here in the back end, and for you guys watching and listening to this. So the last 28 days, my channel has 130,000 views. My average RPM is 10.6
It's
euros.
still crazy.
I
So high.
know. I
Yeah,
know.
it's really good.
Call me the RPM daddy. Maybe I'll put that as my bio.
On Tinder, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then I've been getting some very nice days. My all-time high was on the 22nd of August, 69 euro and 32 cents. And by the way, when that happened, you guys were here, and the whole invalid like traffic thing was still going on. So I was like, oh no, please not this one.
No,
But no, it's pretty stable. I'm tracking the skippable ads in my revenue tab, and everything seems to be looking really good. Once again, like you said, it's super stable. Like on the weekend, it dips down to like 45, 47 euros. And yeah, my all-time high 69 last week. And then I think this week I'm going to definitely cross 75, maybe 80 euros. And I've noticed that week by week, it's basically growing by approximately 40 to 50 euros.
that's
Like
crazy.
how much you earn in a week. Yeah. So I had like 300, 350, 400, 450, etc. Right. So this is crazy. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like if I go last 7 days, it's showing me 340 euros in the past 7 days. But it was the weekend. You need to consider that.
Yeah,
So it was the weekend. So we'll see. Super excited. I also hit a pretty nice milestone with my 48-hour views. It finally crossed the 5-figure mark on my main channel. It's now over 10,000 views. So it's about 10,300. So that's pretty nice.
yeah.
Um, I'm getting some crazy high RPMs, like just ridiculous. Sometimes I look at them, I get like
How high?
two, dude, like I get like 2 views on a video, right? Like an estimated playback, monetized estimated playback, and I make like 7 euros from those 2 views, bro.
That's crazy.
Like it just doesn't make any sense, to
Yeah,
be honest. And then I
it's
have
the niche.
videos, and then I have videos that make like 150, and they get like, I don't know, 5 cents, 10 cents, whatever. So yeah, it is the niche. It's about like
Yeah,
knowing how to find those like really, really good topics. And
nuggets. Yeah,
yeah, we've talked about it in the past a lot. So I think by now you and I have a really good understanding about what causes certain RPM to go like have a higher RPM than other videos.
yeah.
So super, super exciting. All right.
It is. Yeah.
The numbers are out of the way. Let's see if we now get a drop in the retention, because I am tracking that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not too obsessive, but I am curious, like, when we had the ad break, there's like a big one and so forth. Okay. The next thing is, we call this a drop of honey. Well, for you guys, basically, um, Ron and I, we mentioned this in the previous podcast episode as well, in the episode 16.
Yeah.
Basically, we are now working on a program for those of you who want to start a YouTube search channel. And for those of you who are interested in the business model, for those of you who understand that this is an OP business model, right? And we also understand that not many people can really kind of like relate to this level that we are at right now, because some people are just discovering the podcast. Some people are sitting on the sidelines. They would love to do it, but they don't have a monetized channel or whatever, right? So Ron and I, when he came here to Finland, we had a lot of great, like, long discussions, and we basically thought about, okay, well, how can we be most helpful to you guys, right? And we had the inner circle, which was great, of course. But the inner circle is only like a one call per month. It's not really too much like not hands-on kind of help. It's more of
No.
like, hey, like this is a group, we're all helping each other, and that's great as well. But we want to provide, like, we want to put all of the knowledge that we have accumulated into one thing, and really, like, for those of you who are committed and who are serious about this, we want to give you like a helping hand and walk you through this, right? So this is not an official announcement by any sort. This is just a little bit kind of like a, just to let you guys know what we're working on. But I can promise you that it's going to be very, very exciting. We spoke to Hessel about this. He gave us the green light. He gave us the approval. I spoke to some other people. They said that we should definitely do this because, like I mentioned, Ron's knowledge and my knowledge about like how to research topics, which is probably one of the single most important things when you're doing YouTube search, is getting a lot. Like, I can now argue that we are probably have like some of the best knowledge out there about RPMs and topics and how to really find them. So yeah, Ron, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think you've said the most things, and I think it will be a really exciting program that we will share, because we've seen, like, the methods we've been using ourselves. We've seen the results on our own channel, and like I also wanted to start the second channel, like just for to diversify for any risk. So I also was curious, like, how fast can I grow a new channel with the strategies I learned in the past, and they actually like really work if you just understand the approach of finding good keywords. And what I've seen many people do also in our community is the approach of finding good keywords is too simple. They do videos about Instagram, TikTok, and like it's too superficial, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
because it's so obvious, many other people will make the video as well, and a lot of the times the RPM is also low of those kind of topics. So I think a really more in-depth approach within search can help a lot of people. So I'm really excited to work on this with you as well. It will be really exciting, and I think it will be really helpful for people.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of people, Yuri talks about, as they know about the ABC method and the thing on the YouTube search, but like I can tell you that there are so many more other methods that when you just start to think outside the box, you're like, whoa, there's this whole other world that I have never even thought about. So yeah, keep an eye on the next week podcast. It's not 100% that it'll be next week because we are taking our sweet time. We want to make it like really good. So maybe next week, maybe not, but some exciting announcements and some exciting updates are coming your way. So keep an eye out on that. Now, the question that I wanted to address with Ron in this podcast, like the thing that I really wanted to talk about is, what would you do if you had to start from scratch? If right now everything was taken away from you, you have 0 channels. Let's say there are 2 scenarios, because usually that's what people ask. Oh, okay, do I have money or do I don't have money? So take me
the
through.
knowledge.
And the
You have the
knowledge. Yeah,
knowledge?
you have the knowledge.
Yeah.
You have the knowledge, and then you have 2 scenarios. One scenario, you don't have money, and then second scenario is you have money to invest. So let's start with the first one and then walk me through it to the second one.
So basically, if I had no money, I would find a way to make money. So get like a side hustle or a regular job. And the whole search model is perfect to do next to your regular job because you can outsource almost everything except for keyword research, because keyword research is the main thing. It's very important, and hiring freelancers for it is also quite risky because they probably will find keywords that maybe can get you striked or anything else. So that's too risky, but you can easily reserve 1 hour in the evening to just do keyword research next to your job. So then you will at least have money to invest. I would really try and do your best to find certain keywords, use different methods, and just start posting first to see what kind of videos are ranking. And since you have the money from your main job, you can just hire a freelancer for the video itself and a thumbnail designer, and you can probably upload it yourself. It's not so difficult. and slowly get your hands on like on the research method for the right keywords,
Yeah.
and try to take it a little bit deeper on the next level. And that's very difficult to do in the beginning stage because you're not really sure how you should look at it, and you probably are looking at other channels what they're uploading, and because they've done so many views, it's really easy to maybe why not just copy that video as well. Most of the time that doesn't work. Sometimes it maybe can work, but in the beginning it's all about getting the hours in and finding keywords the best that you can. But with the knowledge I have right now, for me it's pretty easy to do because I've showed it with my second channel. I can easily grow it within a month to $300 a month by just using the right keywords. And I will be like very selective of which keyword I will use for making the videos, because I probably have a specific budget because it's my side hustle.
Yeah.
So I would like be very selective in which keywords I will pick from, and then basically go from there. Slowly increase the pace once the channel is growing, once the channel is earning money. But it all comes down to keyword research and really taking that extra step to just see like, okay, if I make a video about this topic, I'm almost 100% certain I will at least rank second or of course first. And if some keywords will have that green light, I will pick those keywords and make videos on it, and from there grow the channel, basically.
Yeah. Before you take me to the second part, which is, we kind of addressed both of them, but
Yeah.
what I wanted to say was, you mentioned that people who, you would get a job so you can get some regular pay, so you can then take that money and put some of it aside for
Yeah,
starting a
that's me,
YouTube
by the
channel.
way. Like, I also know people that want to make the videos themselves. It's
Sure,
also an option. It's also an
sure.
option. But I
But
would not.
what I want to
Yeah.
mention here is that people are different, and
Yeah.
they're like, entrepreneurship and starting a business requires a certain tolerance of risk taking. When you're getting a consistent salary, very quickly you get adapted to that kind of salary, right? It's kind of like there's this whole like meme thing on Instagram. I don't really want to quote it because I don't like it, but people like, they're the animal of a human being. You get used to the salary. You very quickly adapt. If
Yeah.
you went from zero to having, let's say, 2 or 3 thousand euro dollar per month income, the first month it might feel great. Maybe the second month you're like, oh yeah, I have so much money. I can go eat out. I can buy some clothes, take a girl out, to a cinema or whatever, right? But then, comes the third month around and you're like, oh, damn, like I don't have enough money to do things, right? So you very quickly. So, and for people to, I feel, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's requires a certain level of like commitment and risk
Yeah.
taking for people to be like, okay, I'm going to take, I'm making this much. I'm going to take 20, 25% of my income, right? Cut out some of my expenses that I have going on and
Yeah.
invest that. And also, while I'm investing, the risk, like, where is the risk? We talk about it, but where is it? Well, the risk is basically that it might not work. That's the thing about it.
True. But we also know with the search model, if you do it the right way, it basically always works.
If you have the
And
knowledge.
yeah, exactly. But like, if you find certain gaps on YouTube where you can make a video about and people are looking for it, you will get views, guaranteed, 100%. Like,
Yes.
if we show our last year analytics, it's all going up steadily, and that's the same for everybody.
Yeah.
So this is almost like, I've been in many businesses. I still have my e-commerce company. I've also tried
Yeah.
many other things. Same like you. This is the most stable and basically easy to get results business model out there. The only downside that maybe people that will maybe scare people off, if that you need to have a long-term vision,
Hmm.
and that's something that's very difficult nowadays because people want instant gratification.
Yeah.
But if you're someone that can see the long-term results or the long-term goal, then this model works. And even if you probably like 2 hours a week is more than enough to get some keywords to find some keywords. Like,
Yeah.
if you can't
100%.
commit to that, then you better can just never start your own business, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. And what you said, about having the right knowledge, I just think it's so important because like you said, yeah, if you have the right knowledge, how to research keywords, and then you just put a systems in place and then you do it and then voila, you're gonna get views. Sure, sounds great. But I want to emphasize one point. I didn't have the knowledge for over 6 years. Like I was basically spending money on my business ventures, but now looking like in hindsight, I understand that I was actually spending money to learn things.
Yeah, your
Like
character. Yeah.
yeah, I was building my character, I was building my skill set, I was learning things, I was understanding how economy works, how business works, how the internet works, what are conversion rates, what are like all these things, like views, like one thing that I still trying to understand and comprehend nowadays is like try to imagine 8 billion people. Can you like even fathom what is 8 billion people? Can you even understand how big is the economy? Because this really comes down to having a limiting belief, like a limited mindset, because if you think, if you try to imagine what is 8 billion people, it's like it's out of the scope. There's a video on YouTube, you can search it up. It's like 8 billion people visualize or something like that, and then it goes on to show like someone made an animation. It's crazy, or like 7 billion or something like that. It's absolutely crazy. But what I'm trying to get to here is that like an easiest way for you to understand if you have a limiting belief or a limited mindset is if you catch yourself thinking, oh, well, okay, sure, it works for Ron and George, but who would ever watch my videos? Why would anyone click on my videos? Well, you need to understand that people search every second. Only because you're not searching, it doesn't mean that millions other people are not searching for things that you would never search for. And that's the crazy thing. And when we look at our 48-hour graph thingy on the right with the views, like every single person has the exact same graph. It goes like up a little down, up a little down,
Yeah.
because it's just demand. When people are awake, they search more. When people are not awake, they search less. And so it goes kind of like that in cycles. So limiting belief and the mindset, I know I sound cliche. I don't want to be that guy, because I told myself when I was starting that if I ever succeed, I don't want to be that guy. But I'm telling you, like, having that in your mind, like, you need to find what works for others, and you need to replicate it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to be like, oh, I'm going to do it better. No. Yeah, of course you need to have your touch on things. Like I have my touch on things on thumbnails. I have my touch on, how I do the videos. I have my touch on like different things, right? But the basics of the video creation and the model stays the same, because
Yeah.
I worked my way to find that model, and once I did, I committed, and as soon as I committed, my graph went up.
Yeah, but also because you went much deeper into the search model than ever, because it was indeed all the commission the commitment. And I
Yeah.
think, like how what I said before, like of course the knowledge is important, like it's very important, but implementing the knowledge and seeing the results of you implementing that knowledge, that's like a flywheel, because once you can see it work, you're like, okay, now I think this also will work, and then the knowledge will get like more deeper into your vessels. That's I
Yeah.
think how you say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You will, yeah, you become one with it, and then it become like a second nature. Oh, I see this keyword. This probably works, and like in the end, it will become much easier also to find keywords. So that's the level you eventually want to grow to if you want to take this business model serious, I think.
And another thing is that like oftentimes when people, or like I'm basing this on my experience, like when I didn't have money and I thought about, oh, what would I do if I did have money? I'd picture myself, oh, I'd live stress free. I wouldn't have to worry about paying bills. I would, afford some luxury things or whatever. That was kind of my wants and needs back then, right? But now, what really money allows me to do, well, the initial money that I'm now starting to make, I received like a 3K euro check for the month of July, and I think is going to be maybe the same or a little higher in August for August. But basically, money allows me to create more things. Like it's crazy. But now I can use money as a leverage. Like money capital is one of the leverages. You got labor, you got
Yeah.
land, I think, you got capital. So now I'm like, I can plan. I can be like, okay, a video costs me, let's say, two, three, five, whatever dollars. Okay, I have this money to spend. I don't have to like think about where I'm gonna get the money from. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna put this money aside. All right, I gotta hire this freelancer. Can you do this many videos? Perfect. I'm gonna set up the milestone. All right, this is the work for you
Yeah.
to do. I research the keywords. I put like it's everything.
We're
You
also
know?
basically leveraging everything. Like the whole pyramid is from Naval. The
Yeah,
bottom, you have labor, then you have capital, and then you have media and code at the top.
yeah.
We basically get capital from our YouTube channel. We use that to get labor for people that will make our videos, to make media, what is at the top. So it's like the
Ooh,
whole pyramid. So
ooh.
that's why this business model is so powerful. And that's also why I grew like $800 in one single month, because
Yeah.
that's leverage.
What you said about Naval, because he's one of my favorite thinkers out there, and his book, The Almanac of Naval Ravikant, is just
Yeah,
incredible.
it's a good
His
book.
his clarity of thought is on a next level, and
It's so
that comes,
simple when you
yeah,
read it, but it's so yeah,
yeah. The ideas are profound. They have so much wisdom, but the way he puts them across to you just are, they're like, you're blown away by the simplicity and by the wisdom that they have in them. But what you said about media and code, it really strikes a nerve in me, because I remember reading that as well, and when I read that I was like, wow, this is really, because this is, I think he called it like permissionless leverage or something like that. Because, and I talked about this before, and I told you, like, back in the day, if you wanted to create some kind of a like media, whether it was books, whether it was some kind of a visual content when like the whole TV thing came around, you had to go and you had to find your way around. You had to go, you had to know people, you had to get into the circles, you had to
yeah.
come up with a
Make it and spread
plan,
it. Yeah,
negotiate, whatever, right? Now, what do you need to do now to post a video and make it available for anyone to see? Well, probably a couple of clicks.
yeah,
That's all you need, you know? And the beauty about this is that you can reach anyone and everywhere. So this is the crazy leverage. But you need to reach it in a way, or you need to create the content in a way that you are actually going to get the views. And that's where the search model comes in, because we don't rely on the algorithm to recommend our thing. Well, we tried. We definitely tried that.
we tried.
You
Yeah,
tried it very hard, Ron, huh? Didn't you?
costed me $5,000.
Let's
Yeah,
go. Great investment, brother.
yeah. Yeah, but I must also say, like, I was a different knowledge about browse, of course. But I
Yeah.
see so many people trying YouTube automation, go into browse, and they never break even or get the channel running. So, like, this method is easier. Or not easier, but the chance of to succeed
It's higher.
is almost, yeah, it's basically 100% if you keep uploading.
That's true. I agree. We do have people in the community messaging me who are like, "Yo, I've uploaded so many videos and like I can't I'm not getting results. The videos are not ranking." And then they send me the channel. I take a look and it's like shopify.com like how-to videos, or monday.com how-to videos. I'm like, "Come on."
Yeah, but also
Like,
like the presentation often is not good. The keywords are not used properly in the title description. Thumbnails
of
bad.
course.
If you click on the video, the whole intro is not good. Like many elements that are important,
Yeah,
that are like overseen.
yeah, for sure. There are many, many, many different things that go into this, and once you know it, like, I feel a little bit OP at this point. Like, I don't want to brag, but I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
let's not brag. We still need to hit our goal.
Of course. But
So we're just
to
getting
me,
started.
it feels like, because I told you I've been working so long and so hard, and the amount of stress, like mental stress, that I have undergone over the last like 6 years when I started my entrepreneurial journey is insane. I had moments when I was doing e-commerce where I had orders that needed to be fulfilled on like Amazon, and then I open up my bank account and it's zero because Stripe, for whatever reason, was not paying me the money that I already made, because I was like basically like turning the money over.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah.
getting the money, I was sending it like very,
Dropshipping, right? Yeah.
yeah. And like I couldn't do it. So then I had to, get a loan, get some money in, and then it's
Headache. Yeah.
yeah. E-commerce is we're not friends. Well, we're friends kind of, but not in the drop shipping, drop servicing way.
No, I can understand. Yeah. Same.
Says a guy who has a warehouse a kilometer
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Reality.
yeah, exactly. But it's good. All right. Well, this was
Yeah,
a really good conversation.
I think so as well.
Sorry. Uh-oh. Did Ron break up? Oh, your microphone is off. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you're back on.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I think it was a very valuable conversation. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. Well, with that in mind, Ron, thank you so much for your time and energy and for your insights. And we want to thank you guys so much for watching, listening, subscribing, and stay tuned for next week's episode. Ciao.
Yes. Bye bye.